Is that a new episode of the S.A.M? Impossible. Welcome back to the experience. Welcome back to the S.A.M experience. It's been a while because I fumbled the ball. How you boys doing?
I wouldn't say you fumbled the ball, Max.
I've been away for a while, so I kind of fumbled the ball.
Well,
But I got some good stories about it.
you had a personal trip, and then you got sick, so.
Yeah.
Didn't
It
fumble the
happens.
ball, but there was a ball rolling for some unknown reason.
Dude, shout out to that ball. Anyway, boys, how you guys doing?
You know, not bad. I was down bad last week, so I'm glad we didn't have a session. Feeling much better now. And
We could have had a big red pill rant last week. It would have been good.
Max, what does that mean?
It means we're getting angry at the not women.
Right,
I know
not
I
definitely
insinuated
not
women,
Definitely not women. We don't
but
do
just
that here.
life.
Oh, life.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
AJ's becoming
you say
more
so.
enlightened on certain matters.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means exactly what it sounds like, AJ. You're interacting with the world and you've taken the red pill.
Oh, okay. Well, again, you see, I just don't. Phrasing is a thing, boys. Anyway, yes, I'm frustrated and I'm upset, but you know what? It's okay. If it was meant to be, it was meant to be. We're going to move on and live and learn, as they say.
Yeah, you gotta live and learn.
Yeah, you can't
But
get
did
too
you swallow the red pill?
Again, you just keep going back to that, Max. I'm not.
So,
I'm not sure how to even answer that.
you're not taking the blue pill, are you?
I don't think I'm taking any pills, honestly, at this time.
Is that an option?
That's a good question.
I need to rewatch the first movie, see if they offered that option.
Can I say something very controversial?
Go ahead, Max. What do you got?
I have never seen a Matrix movie. My buddy like started one when I was living with him, and I just walked by and I was like, I don't understand this, but I really don't think they should have made a fourth one. I kind of think you should have just ended it.
You haven't even seen 1 through 3.
Yeah.
I was just but after a while you got to be like, it's been 20 years. You can't reboot the franchise now.
Well, wait till you see Keanu Reeves in there and then see if you have the same thing to say.
Yeah, Max. Come on.
Isn't Keanu Reeves just playing Keanu Reeves again?
Yes, but this was
Um,
like the big first time that you really see Keanu Reeves playing Keanu Reeves.
Okay. Okay. But should I watch the original ones?
So, before we go any further with this conversation, we already had a talk about the Matrix like 2
Did we
weeks
really?
ago. Yeah, we had a whole thing about the Matrix like two. Oh, I think that was during our Code Lyoko episode, if you recall.
Dude, why are their foreheads so big?
No, man, they're expansive.
We've had the research team here at the S.A.M Experience trying to figure that one out, and we got nothing so far.
Let's be honest. It's been 2 months since we recorded an episode.
Has it?
It's been at least a month because I think we recorded one right around Halloween.
Yeah, and we definitely
Wow.
didn't do anything during Thanksgiving, and then you were away,
Yes.
and then you were sick. So, yeah, it's been some time.
I was going to go into this big rant about how I still don't understand the plot of The Matrix after 18 people have explained it to me, but if we've already talked about it,
Yeah, I think we
might
gotta
as well talk about my big trip.
diversify. Let's talk about the trip instead.
A lot of our friends, well, at least just one of our friends, insists that I have a gambling problem.
Our friends,
Uh,
like we know him,
Yes,
a mutual, as they
a
say.
mutual friend. Yeah, he insists that I have a gambling problem because I go gambling once every 6 months, and I spend $20 at the casino.
Yeah, but
He
it's
thinks that's a big issue, even though our friends spend over $30 a day at the liquor store, and I have a problem.
well, it's also like, do you know anyone who's into sports betting?
Yes, but not that we know.
Yeah, but you know somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know a couple people, like a couple of my friends have gotten into it, and since it went legal in the state where I'm currently living, it is everywhere. You cannot turn on the TV or turn on the radio or drive down a highway without being bombarded by sports betting ads. It's crazy, and it's gotten a couple of my friends like they're now like dropping daily shit because it's all on your phone, so you could just throw money at this shit. So no, Max, going to the casino like twice a year is not is absolutely like that's tame.
It's pretty tame.
Plus, as far as I think you've told me this before because we've been before together.
Yes.
It's more for other reasons that you're going, such as the buffets.
Yeah, the buffet, looking at the fucking people,
Yeah, the people
drinking
watching.
the free soda.
Whoa,
All that
Max!
shit.
By soda, do you mean alcohol?
No.
Oh no.
Fucking, I never drank
I'm
a
sorry.
sip of alcohol.
I didn't mean to imply that. I'm sorry. I was just asking.
What do you think? I'm Sam?
Sam? No. Sam doesn't drink like that.
We'll get back to Spilly Sam later.
The only time I drink is when people offer me drinks, and at which point I can't be held responsible for what occurs.
You guys ever seen the Gremlins movie? The one where if you feed them after 12 o'clock, they go fucking nuts?
I haven't seen it, but I'm familiar with the reference.
I think they're called Gremlins. That's like Sam with alcohol.
I think you're just really just misrepresenting this.
If you just like, you know when they wake people up with smelling salts?
Okay.
You just gotta like wave a bottle of alcohol in Sam's nose and he goes ballistic.
I like how it's becoming more outlandish each time you tell the story.
Anyways, I flew across the pond and went to a large gambling city known as Atlantic City, the armpit of the United States.
It's the worst. It's just the worst.
Now, from where I'm from, right, casinos are very nice. Casinos have a lot of slot machines, nothing fancy, but they have free sodas, and it's pretty crazy. What they didn't tell me is Atlantic City is horrible. Is really horrible.
It's the worst people congregate there.
There's no way to describe it. It's like a beach city, except like there's homeless everywhere. Like, no offense to the homeless, but getting almost stabbed by a homeless guy a couple times in like the 2 days I was there, I was like, why am I even here?
Dude, I wish this was a S.A.M episode because me and LP have I don't know if I've told it on here, but we had an extremely similar encounter in AC when we went for an event. And I mean, it was like me and her out late at night, and we were just like running through the streets because we just were like getting chased by people. It was horrible.
Dude,
It was
sounds
horrible.
like Atlantic City.
Yeah, and again, they get you because it's like, oh shit, it's like this cool city on the beach. You got the boardwalk, you got the restaurants, you got the casinos and shit. But it's nothing like that. It's just seedy and miserable.
Fucking sketchy. Sam, have you been to AC?
I have not.
Let me paint the picture for you, right? It's like in the middle of like a fucking marsh. It's the best way for me to describe it.
That's South Jersey for you, but continue.
You drive over this bridge and you're just like looking at marshland, and then all of a sudden you're in like this city where like everything that's not the beach side is just destroyed. It's just like, I'm gonna die at any moment here. And like, I've been in some very sketchy areas and felt like, okay, this was like, oh my god, where's my kidneys at? Why did I wake up in an ice bath?
It's one of those cities that feels like it was like forced to be there by like, you know, rich people that just like felt like that would be a good place for a city instead of thinking about it. So it's just weird. It's weird.
Have you ever played Arkham City, the Batman game?
No, but I've watched enough of it.
Yeah, I haven't really played it either.
Well, the premise of the game is that they wall off the city and then they dump all the criminals in it, and they're like, you live here now.
Oh, no.
And they just don't let them leave. That's what AC feels like to me.
It's a PvP zone?
It's a PvP zone. So we went and we stayed at this big hotel that was also a casino.
One of the
'cause they're
name
all
brand
big
ones?
hotel casinos. Yeah.
Okay.
We were on the boardwalk. It was the Tropicana, it was called. Not a single lick of orange juice anywhere. But first off, what they don't tell you when you get to the casino is that the one parking area is at minimum 5 miles from your hotel room. Right? So you park in this like this parking complex, and then you have to walk like through the casino, through like all the lobbies, like past all these people to get to an escalator that brings you to another escalator that you can take for about another half a mile down a trek that gets to an elevator that brings you to the 8th floor where you have to destroy a fucking dragon to get to your room.
Max, was this the Tropicana?
Yeah.
Okay. I personally never went, but like when I went down there, half the people that we were with went there like in the middle of the night. I was too fucked up to go. It was not anyway, but they all came back and they were like, "Yeah, we lost all our money and we got lost and it was horrible."
Yeah, it's pretty horrible place. But like we get there, we finally get to our rooms. We're like, good. We decide we're gonna get like the tickets to the comedy show that's taking place at the Tropicana, and that's when I went downstairs and realized that the casino is 100% different than the casinos back at home. There's lights everywhere, but there's a thick layer of smoke that covers the area. I had no clue you could smoke inside still.
Oh, cigs indoors, dude.
Sam, they had a literal, what are those things called? Vending machines to get cigarettes.
Yeah.
Hey, they're free people.
There's big time. Again, I could speak from experience, but there's big time like political issues that always come up with AC. How like the town has to always keep pushing back the vote to ban cigarettes in casinos because there's too much money coming in from the people who want to smoke cigarettes inside the casino.
Dude, guess how much or not a carton? What is it?
A pack?
A pack of cigarettes is
It's over $10, right?
$15.
Oh my.
Bro, they used to sell those for like 25 cents back in the day.
Dude, 15 fucking bucks.
Yeah, that's part of the reason
It
I
was
don't like
nuts.
drink a lot, for example. It's just so expensive, you know?
Really
Better to have
is.
somebody else fund that habit.
It's a lot of money that just goes right down the drain.
Speaking of drinking, there is not a single lick of free liquid, not even drinks, liquid, in Atlantic City. You literally either have to go out to the little restrooms on the boardwalk where you're going to get stabbed by like 18 dudes doing meth to go use their little water fountain, or you got to bite the bullet and buy like an $18 bottle of water.
Yeah, you know that's
It's
intentional, right?
Yeah.
You know, people get stuck in the casino for hours and they're like, "Damn, I need to drink something. I might as well drink like an $18 mixed drink."
Yep. Dude, that's the craziest thing about Atlantic City is you literally just you're stuck in the casino. There's like nothing.
Yeah.
Like you can go onto the main stretch, but like it's just so riddled with like potential danger that you're just like, shit, I gotta stay in this casino where I'm safe and I'm just surrounded by cigarette smoke.
I wish I had something nice to say about Atlantic City, but the entire time I was down there, it was just like, I cannot wait to leave.
Dude, I won too.
What'd you win?
And I still don't like. Oh, I didn't tell you guys I won?
Somehow you missed that.
Yeah, I won a decent about like the most money I've ever won gambling, and then lost it all.
Oh no.
That's how to do
So
it, man.
we got a boy. His name is Young Theodore,
Oh, I know young Theodore.
and Young Theodore just would ruthlessly rip on me for playing the slot machines because I would just lose money on them, and I'd be like, "Well, I don't have any brain power to do anything else besides slot machine," and they're like, "You should try roulette." And then they were like, but we're not going to tell you the rules of roulette. You just got to figure it the fuck out. And then lose your money and then never want to play it again because you got to deal with, like, the dude standing at the table, like, judging you because you don't know how to play roulette.
Dude, that's the best. There's always, like, the tryhards at the table. Like, you walk up and you're like, all right, I might, like, play this. And then, like, he's, like, drunkenly, like, yelling at you. Like, the dealer's giving you weird looks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's always such a strange place.
But Atlantic City has one thing going for it. They figured out how to cut that whole bit out. They now have little, like, virtual machines that you can play real-time roulette on without having to sit anywhere close to anybody.
Like you get your own like booth.
You get like you sit down, like some of them have like an automatic roulette machine in the middle, and then you sit around it, and then you're like all have these like giant tablets that you can like pick where you want to put your tokens at, and then it rolls, and then it gives you your winnings, and it kind of continues that way.
So what you're telling me is they've automated taking money out of your pockets and giving it to the casinos.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is the fucking most disgusting part about it. You can be playing roulette, and then you can tab out, and then tab into a different table game that's happening somewhere else in the casino and start betting on that.
Who has the money for this shit?
Well, dude, I went from losing $20 at the slots, finding the roulette machine, learning how to play roulette, getting up to like, I think it was like 118 or 180 or something, buying dinner, and then losing it all the next day because I was hooked on the roulette machine because I have fucking addict brain. And I'm like, ooh, spitty lights, flash colors. But anyways, so that's how I lost all my, well, I didn't lose all my money. I was like negative $30 for the weekend, which is pretty good.
Could be worse.
Yeah, but after buying dinner and stuff, like I bought dinner one night and then I bought lunch another day, it ended up being like, I was down like $200. Because just Atlantic City is just super expensive, and if you want to eat anything, you have to eat at the casino.
Did you go to their buffet?
The buffets are closed because
Rona.
it's COVID.
Yeah, Rona.
Yeah.
So why'd you even go? It feels like everything would be like, closed up.
Well, everything was closed up besides the casinos.
Got to make that money.
And it was kind of like a getaway. Like, we hadn't taken a family vacation in a while, so we were like, why don't we try this?
I mean, there's worse places you can go.
Yeah. On the last day, I was, like, standing, like, on the balcony of the casino because, like, the Tropicana has this weird little, like when you go up the first escalator before you get to the escalator where the dragon is, there's, like, an outlook, and you can, like, look down at the high-stakes slot machines. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. It's, like, $5 a roll.
No, I never made it to that section, Max. I was too fucked up.
Well, there was this like row of people that were just continuously throwing money into this machine, and it was fucking nuts seeing these people. They were throwing so much money in, they would stand up, flip their chair so it was covering the machine, go and get more money, and then come back. And this is how bad these people's addict brains were. One dude hit, and he hit the jackpot. He won 13 grand.
My.
On the slot machine. But to make that 13 grand, he had to spend probably 45 grand.
Right. It's a net loss.
So he lost a ton of money to do this. But when he hit, everybody stood up, put their seats back, and then went and got more money to play some more.
Oh.
And then, so that was at like 12 o'clock midnight. So I went back upstairs, went to bed, got up at like 6, went downstairs, fucked around for a little bit, and I'm looking over the balcony. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning, and the lady who was playing last night when I left was coming back to the same machine to play some more at 7 in the fucking morning.
She treats it like it's her job.
Probably was.
Well, Max,
I know there is professional gamblers, but I feel like you got to be playing table games and be good at it to be an actual professional gambler.
Listen, Max, being a professional gambler is like being a professional gamer. You can tell people you do that for a living, but nobody respects you. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Was that too savage?
Oh, we may have to bleep that out, dude.
What, Max? What's wrong? You can't talk bad about gamers?
Nah, dude, I get lectured every time I talk bad about gamers by somebody.
As you should, Max. You keep driving off all our sponsors.
And the listeners, dude.
It's me that's doing that.
I know at least a portion. I know at least a portion of our listeners are gamers, so I'm sorry, but it's just how it has to be.
I would like to think that like 99% of our viewers are gamers.
Yeah, gamers are an important audience that we just really value them. We really value them.
Do you want to correct that statement?
You really value them?
No.
Yeah, I think so. And you know, gambling,
Gamers?
gambling, by the way, it's actually a really respected profession. They just call them stockbrokers.
Holy shit, that's kind of right.
It really is
But
just
like,
high stakes gambling.
but with trading stocks, it takes like a little bit more than like I'm going to pull this lever and see if I win money.
Yeah, you have to have a knowledge of what you're investing in. I mean, sure, you could
To a
just
certain
like
extent.
say fuck it, you know. But like I have friends who are finance guys, and they do their research. You know what I mean? Like they understand the companies they're investing in. They like understand trends with like I don't know the economy and where shit's going, and I don't know. There is a whole idea and way to get behind it and like do it smartly. But as far as I'm concerned, it's all the same.
Have you guys been buying those JPEGs on the internet?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been taking screenshots of them on my phone, Max. It's pretty awesome.
Uh-oh.
I got about 850 monkeys in my gallery. They're all mine, dude. You can't look at them though; they're mine.
Holy smokes.
So Max,
you realize this is all just a scam, right, Max? Have you been buying monkeys on the internet?
Dude, I barely know how to speak English. I'm not buying fucking JPEGs on the internet.
but Max, if you acquire JPEGs, you don't need to be literate because you have your JPEGs.
Can either of you explain this concept to me?
So I think it's one of those things, Max, where some guy made up this scam, right? Like maybe years ago, maybe recently, and wouldn't stop talking about it until he convinced enough people that what his scam, the thing that he was trying to scam people for, was important. And it eventually kept going until everybody convinced themselves that it was important. But in reality, it's only important because these people have been told by other people that it's important when the actual thing itself has no value.
Have you just described the job?
No, I have not just described a job, Max. I have hot takes on that too, but these two things are unfortunately not related. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't know. You got my brain all rewired, Max. What are you trying to say here?
I'm just talking out my ass like I normally do.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I think you guys might be behind on the times though.
Sam, what JPEGs you got? I feel like you're Pokemon.
What do you mean?
Like which JPEGs did you buy?
All right, AJ's favorite JPEG actually. I got myself a pineapple.
Oh my god, fuck pineapples.
We love pineapples, Max.
Trash fruit, dude.
I got myself.
Either of you elaborate this? I feel like this is a gamer reference I don't understand.
Indeed.
Oh no, Sam! I know what you're referencing.
Yes.
How could you?
I brought myself
How
not
could
just
you?
one but two pineapples. It's your fault. You have
How is this
only
my
yourself
fault?
to blame.
Sam, oh my
Oh,
god.
so
All right, so Max, no, Sam. Now you open this box of worms here, so now we gotta talk about it.
Oh
Max,
boy.
you know how Sam, right? You know Sam of the Sam Experience.
Could you elaborate?
Okay. Well, anyway, so you know how he has we'll say a tendency to throw money at things.
Typically things he doesn't like.
Well, it's neither here nor there that he likes it. It's just say, there's a shiny object he could purchase that will make him cooler than everybody else.
Listen.
Well,
Do you know what the best part about that is? Is Sam doesn't need to buy anything to be cooler than everyone else. He just is cooler than everyone else.
holy shit, that's earth shattering, Sam. How will you
He just
respond?
does it to just like.
I just really support the idea that people who spend money should be treated better than those who don't.
So it's the War Thunder
Look,
ideology.
I think that if you have a wallet, you are a first-class citizen, and everybody else who does not is where they should be.
So it's the whales versus the plebs.
No, I wouldn't say
basically.
whale. All right, I'm not that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that a derogatory
That
term?
is indeed. It's not a derogatory term. It's just a term that doesn't apply to me.
Oh, My bad.
We prefer the term minnows. It's not quite as majestic and graceful as the dolphin. It's not quite as powerful as the whale.
Max, have we lost you yet?
I still don't understand where the pineapple thing comes in.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, we did stray a little from that. All right.
No, I think it's all related. It's
Yeah,
all
it
related.
is. But we were giving context on the pineapple, and then we stayed away from the pineapple. So, you might have heard of a small indie company recently. They're kind of struggling right now. You know, they came out with a new game. They're called Microsoft, right? And one of
Okay.
the companies under their umbrella, 343 Studios, came out with this game called Halo.
Okay. Is that the one with Master Chef?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Critically
John
acclaimed
Halo.
Yeah.
chef John Halo.
Yeah.
So, John Halo, he's out here. He's beating up aliens in space, trying to sell them as food, right? You know, he's better than. And
Wait, can we pause for a second?
sure.
Is the Arby's back?
Unknown, actually.
Yeah,
I don't actually know.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping.
Anyways,
I'm
continue.
hoping because
Yeah, no spoilers here.
Arby's
though,
got some
so.
good food too, but we'll see. So, so this small indie company, in order to make like a little bit more money to keep the servers open, because they wouldn't be able to do so otherwise, they have released the multiplayer for this game for free. But then you can buy
Interesting.
armor pieces for like $10 a pop, right? So like you want a cool shiny
10
new
real
helmet?
world dollars.
Yeah, like
Whoa.
you could go out and
Yeah,
work a
it's-
real job and then spend your money on this helmet.
It's steep.
It's not like a full armor set for $10.
Oh no. It's like a piece and then maybe a color that can only be used with that armor.
Yeah, they monetize colors. You can't have the colors that you want unless you spend money.
Oh yeah, and even then, that color is only for like one specific armor set. It doesn't work with any other armor sets you might have.
Right.
So you have to spend like, what is it like? Is it like right shoulder, left shoulder, or is it like shoulder?
Nah, so they have what's called like armor cores, right? So
Uh-huh.
like you got like the Mark 7 armor core, which is John Halo's regular suit. Then you might have
Yeah.
like I don't know, the Mark 6 armor core, which is different
And
from the
old
Mark 7
school shit.
slightly,
Yeah.
and you can't swap pieces between the two. You might have the samurai armor core, which makes you
Oh,
look
the
like a
sweaty
weeb,
ninja armor.
and your katana's folded 1,000 times. But also, your katana isn't folded 1,000 times because you have to spend $20 for the katana that's folded 1,000 times.
So like, how much does it cost to get like a full set of armor?
Well, that's I think the better question to ask is how much does it cost to have like everything at your fingertips to have like the full range of customization for everything that's available. I think somebody calculated it out to be over $1,000.
Holy
And
smokes.
Yeah, it's
That's
it's
just
obscene.
up till this point. They're releasing more every single week.
Oh yeah, the game came out
So,
like
like-
2 weeks ago. It's like
So like, if you like buy the full game, do you get like everything?
no.
As a matter of fact, that's why they made it a free-to-play multiplayer game.
Yep.
So they could justify the armor shop. But
Right. So
so-
because yeah.
one of the bundles on the armor shop for a reasonable price of $10 was a pineapple keychain with 2 pineapples on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Huh?
I pointed this out to AJ, and AJ laughed at it, and then he what was it that you did, AJ?
I told Z.
Yeah, he told Z, and I think the two of them expressed contempt and disdain for
Probably
these
made fun of you.
pineapples.
Probably made
No,
fun of you, too.
I
No.
hadn't picked them up yet. And then after
So-
this, after they mentioned their contempt for this pineapple, naturally they start talking about these Pepsi colors. And what was wrong with the Pepsi colors anyway, man? I forget what was up with it.
Because it's extremely cringe and it looks terrible
Yeah,
and you
weren't
look
they
like
free?
an asshole. No, you look like an idiot. Yeah, it doesn't matter that they were free. You just look stupid as shit. Max, do you know
So-
who Pepsi Man is?
Yeah, I
Okay.
like that name.
Okay. So one of the like free because again, you can't pick your own colors. They sell colors to you.
Uh-huh.
So one of the color combinations you can get is the Pepsi colors. So your guy,
Okay.
your Spartan, the armor gets painted like very bright red, white, and blue, and you could run around with that,
That's
and also
disgusting.
put on the samurai armor and become the Pepsi samurai. And all the sweaty free to play nerds that play this game are Pepsi samurais, and they all look like they all look like dumbasses.
I thought you had to pay money for the samurai suit.
So
No.
there's a standard samurai suit which you could earn from an event, right? And they let you
Uh-huh.
they let you put on like little samurai helmet headings, and they have a little tiny like I'm not even sure what the knife is in it. I think it's just like a knife sheath that you can earn at the end of the event. And then if you spend money, You can get an even cooler samurai helmet. You can get cooler samurai colors, and you can get a massive katana folded 1,000 times.
Interesting.
Can't use it though.
You can't. Well, yeah,
It's aesthetic.
yeah,
It'd be kind of cool if they changed your melee to that.
it
But...
would be nice.
Yeah.
So, going back to this keychain thing. So just like a keychain?
It's just like 2 pineapples hanging from your chest, and honestly, it's kind of ugly. But for the
It's like nuts?
imagine like a necklace,
Uh-huh.
but there's 2 pineapples on it,
So it's
and
like
it's hanging at your
two,
chest.
two hanging testicles.
Yes, but they're pineapples instead of testicles.
Yeah, but that's like the innuendo, right?
Yeah, I'd have to ask John Halo.
Okay, so John Halo
Yeah,
has two pineapple testes on his neck.
indeed.
So you bought this.
I bought this. I equipped
Okay.
it for 2 matches, so I could stun on AJ.
Okay.
And you know what? Honestly, $10 well spent.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Sam.
Yeah, what's up?
When you bought this, did you feel like this is gonna be a funny meme?
Indeed, and I laughed.
And how much did you laugh? Did you laugh $10 worth?
These are very difficult questions. I'm not sure they're appropriate to be asked on the SAM experience.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Honestly,
I will refrain.
did you accrue enough clout to dunk on both me and Z through this purchase?
I would say I accrued at least $5 of clout. I don't know about the
Mm.
full $10 price tag.
Hmm.
Oh, so it's really not that bad of a loss.
Yeah,
Because if you accrued $5 worth of clout, you probably
Hold
made
up.
up
But-
for.
But it is a loss.
it's a 50%
No,
loss,
but he made up for it with the laughter. So he got clout and the laughter out of it. That's like $10 worth.
Yeah, I think by laughter, Sam's laughing alone, and by laughing I mean crying, and by crying I mean crying himself to sleep.
cry myself to sleep. What? No. AJ, if you say worse at the end, it's always worse.
I mean that's true, and you are supporting a small indie company,
Yeah.
so
I am as a matter of fact, I am the reason why Halo is still open right now.
morally speaking, you're in the right.
You know, I could be like
Have you-
the millions of people around the world who are taking advantage of this small indie company and just playing on their servers for free. But I decided to be the better person.
Leeches, freeloaders, even
Yes, it's disgusting.
shameful.
Big shameful. I would have played for free and never bought the game.
You disgust me, Max.
I don't care about skins. It's fucking. I'm not good at Halo to begin with.
Yeah, but the skins make you better, Max.
No, they don't.
They
yeah,
do.
but in your mind, you know.
I have another hot take inbound.
All right,
Uh-oh.
spice this up.
Let me brace myself.
I had El Dorito, so I didn't need to fucking pay for Halo.
El Dorito was so good.
That was struck down in its
So
prime.
dope.
It was.
So fucking dope.
It died so that I guess Halo on PC proper could live.
Yeah.
Can I ask another question?
Of course, Max. That's what we're here for.
Did you guys play that like mixed game that was like Halo Combat but with the portal gun?
No, I decided to hold
Oh,
out for true Halo, but
Splitgate.
I don't know what it was called.
You
I
called
just
it
saw
Mixgate.
the trailer.
I was told by a lot of people that I would really like it and that I should try it, but I never got around to it.
that's
There's too much
exactly my
going on.
experience.
And actually, Max, you want to hear something? This might blow your mind. Brace yourself.
Okay.
The boys got me back into Barrow Trauma.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
god.
That
God, that game is so fucking dumb.
It's so good, Max.
Why are you
it's
like
so
this?
good. We're having such.
It's like the phone game of TTT. What's that one called? Among Us. It's like Among Us, but with like extra steps.
Max. I don't
They
think-
were like, hey, how about we make TTT, but then we make it 2D and not fun. Okay. But what if we made it complicated? And they were like, bingo, we have a fucking big brain.
Max, I'm starting to think you actually never played Among Us.
I didn't play Among Us.
Okay,
Because
so
I was
then-
like, why would I play Among Us? I played TTT before.
Yeah, but then you're also comparing the two, and I don't think that's a fair comparison.
How would you rate Barrow Trauma?
Well, first of all, the main objective isn't to kill your friends.
When I played, I got killed by my friends.
That's because you're such a killable person. It's more your fault than the
I
game's
am a
fault.
very killable person.
Max, you look like an NPC. So.
Yeah.
I do have very NPC qualities. I
Yeah.
do say a lot of NPC lines.
Indeed.
Just going throughout my fucking day. Have you guys seen those videos, the Oblivion text, like where they play the Oblivion music,
Oh,
and then
they're so
there's like
good.
a random like actual person, like they take it out of context, like a clip of a person just talking like an NPC.
I saw one where like some guy crashed his car, and then the music starts playing as like the cameraman walks over, and the guy just starts like ranting and saying things that like don't mean anything. They're just words. It's so good. It's so fucking funny.
Have you guys seen the one where they're like in Britain, and there's a lady who's like walking around a car, and she's trying to open up the doors, and the owner is like following her, like with the camera, but he's not saying anything.
I think that's the original one. Yeah.
Yeah, he says something, and she like rose up her cane and is like, "I'm gonna beat you."
So good.
Oh man, that fucking game's great. Anyways, going back to pineapples on the chest, I think Barotrauma is a horrible game, and I will stand by this decision.
Well, you're entitled to your opinions, Max.
Yes, I think, and that's one of the great things about like democracy and just America, really, American culture. Although, hang on.
Wait a sec.
Yeah.
Sam, hold
He's
on.
crossed-
Go on. Actually, go on.
Yeah, so Max, I'm talking. So all right, I'll admit I am on the North American continent, but Max, you're across the ocean. Why? So why are you subscribing to like? I thought you guys weren't that big on like free speech across the pond.
That's true.
And
And,
Elktown,
like,
I think we're pretty.
holding
I think we
just
say
poor
a lot of
opinions.
crazy shit over here.
You guys definitely do say some crazy stuff like Barotrauma being a bad game. Yeah, I was gonna like go into how I think people should be allowed to even hold wrong opinions such as yours, but wow, I don't know.
That is the beauty of the red, white, and blue.
I guess it's just our
Like, you could-
influence on the world.
You could just walk down the street and talk to somebody who's a complete fucking idiot, but you'd have to say, "Hey, high five, brother. That's freedom for you."
And that guy has the same amount of vote as you. It's good.
That's
Where are we getting with this?
That's if you choose to believe in that, Sam. That's fine. That's a strong belief. And you know what? You're entitled to your beliefs, as we just discussed.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, no, where I was going with, I was just gonna compliment you on the spirit that you showed by just wholly endorsing such a poor opinion.
I like how Sam uses these just fucking crazy ass words. I'm just like shoving crayons in my nose while I'm trying to understand what he's saying.
Listen, I'm trying to say Barotrauma is an amazing game.
It probably would be amazing if like fucking I wasn't just thrown to the wolves and they were like, "Hey, this is Among Us, but it's not good." And I was like, "But Among Us wasn't good," and they were like, "Yeah, we know. Now fucking get to the fucking pits and fix the generator." How do I fix the generator? No. What do you mean no?
Yeah.
That's why I don't play video games anymore.
Did be like that sometimes.
They really do.
Max,
I just remember like being murdered, and then I appeared in like another submarine, and then I was like swimming in the water, and I was like, what's going on here? What am I doing? This is like the fucking watermelon game from TTT when you died, but it's like not fun.
Was the watermelon game fun?
what the shit is that, Max?
In 67th Street, if you died early, there was like a watermelon, like you could like fly to the bottom of the map, and there was like a watermelon mini game where you could become the watermelon and use your thrustometer to like go through a maze.
That's such an obscure reference, Max. Is 67th
Yeah,
Street a map?
Indeed.
Yeah, that's like the main one where it's like
The
the cars.
main one.
And the road.
Yeah, it's the one that has like it's just one stretch of street, and there's cars coming from both sides, and there's like an abandoned building that they're like renovating, and then there's a couple houses, and then like you go to the fucking basement, and there's a trader tester.
And you can get hit by the cars, right?
Yeah, you can get hit by the cars.
That's the one
Okay,
that has
I
like
know
the
what you're
secret
talking
tunnel
about.
that leads to the other side of the map.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel
and
like we
then the
always
other
end
side
up-
of the map is like it's pretty scary if you're like the only one alive,
Yeah.
and the trader's like coming for
I
you.
think it's just like a farmhouse over there. It's just kind of creepy altogether. Now
God damn, that fucking was a fun map.
it's a high quality map, which is why they've made about 50 different versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. AJ, like, what do you expect? I'm gonna say odd shit all the time because like that's the only video game experience I really have.
No, that's fine. I think what I wanted to ask is, um, what? And I guess is a question for both of you. Um, and feel free to answer no if the relevant answer is no. But at what point did you realize that gaming surpassed you? You know what I mean? Like back in the day, Sam I'm sure had the same experience. Like back in like the COD and Halo days, back on Xbox, like we were like the top dogs.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
we were the ones
like
just topping kill charts. I mean, we were just
yeah,
stunting on everyone.
yeah. You just knew everything about the game. You knew everything about every game you were playing. You were just like you just destroyed people left and right without even lifting a finger. Just that kind of stuff. You know, and then what point did you realize that like all of that is like in the past? Like that's just not the thing anymore. Like the next generation has rose and taken the throne.
I think there are a
Oh,
few
I
different
know it.
times I've realized it, man.
Okay,
One of the most
well,
prominent, definitely not the first time I realized it, but one of the most prominent times I realized it was trying to play some Fortnite with the boys, right? You know, because
oh,
we like battle royales, like player unknown battleground.
we did play a bunch of that.
We
We
did,
did play a bunch of that.
and
But go on.
so Fortnite wasn't really a game I would have gotten into on my own, right? But I liked it because some of the other guys wanted to play it, and they just wanted to do battle royale. And just dropping into Fortnite and just kind of being out of tune with it, right? But then not only that, like shooting somebody in Fortnite and then watching them just explode into a full rendition of the Red Keep in 1 second while you're just trying to like understand what just happened in front of you.
Oh, you're talking about like them building a
Yeah,
fortress in
it,
in
it,
like eight in like three
yeah,
seconds
they're just
flat.
like I don't even know, they're swiping their mouse at just insane speeds, probably burning their mouse pad in the process. And the time it takes you to like even just understand what is being filtered into your eyes, they have constructed a full castle in front of you and are now shooting you from the top,
Yeah, it's pretty
and you're
jarring.
just
It's
standing
pretty
there
jarring.
speechless. And I was like, wow.
The-
Like,
They're moving the mouse so fast, it's like the DeLorean from Back to the Future. It like lights their mouse pad on fire, but they like rewind 14 seconds to get in front of you or some shit.
Pretty much, dude.
Blow your brains out.
Max, did you ever play any Fortnite?
No.
See, because what happened is when I went to college, I didn't bring my Xbox. I didn't really have a PC. I mean, I had my computer, but I didn't really touch it. The only thing I really messed around with was like some FIFA and Smash with the boys. But when eventually I got to like being an upperclassman and the younger generations came in and I started interacting with them, and all they wanted to do was play Fortnite. So like I'd be like hanging out at the fraternity house and like all the younger brothers like that just got initiated would sit around all day and play Fortnite. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like watching. They're like, do you want to play? I was like, I don't even know what this is. Like, what am I watching? Oh, dude. And I think that I think I had a very similar experience to you there, Sam, in that once I just watched like younger kids just tear it up on Fortnite and be like, I can't even play this. Like, I don't even.
yeah.
It's not for me. Like, I'm not gonna do this. And that's when I realized I'm old.
And
It's
then
officially moved past me.
I don't even know how to describe it, man. But just like before you even start playing, the aesthetic, it's not like a bad aesthetic, right? But I don't know.
No, it's not
It's
what you
just I
expect
couldn't
though.
get in touch
It
with it.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like what you expect. Like, cause Max, you also played some PUBG with us back in the day. I have some
I
fond
did
memories of
play a
that.
lot of PUBG.
We did.
I like
We
PUBG.
had a good time, and that had its time, but then we moved on from it. You know what I mean? Like it was done.
Yeah.
And then like right as that went down, Fortnite blew up. So everyone's talking about Fortnite all of a sudden. I was like, what are you guys talking? Like I already played this. Like I don't want to play another game that just looks weirder than PUBG and plays sillier and like just gonna get stomped by kids. But then it just blew up and it became this universal thing that everybody knew how to play except for us. I don't
I
know.
remember sitting in the back of my soil mechanics class, and some kid was watching another dude play Fortnite and talking about it on his laptop, and I'm just sitting there going, "Why is this dude talking about 14 days?" And I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, why are people using Fortnite?" And it just,
the measurement of time. I see.
yeah,
Okay.
14 days is a fortnight. I think it's 2 weeks.
Look at you, Max, and your well-educated
My
literary
fucking
brain.
stupid knowledge where I should be Fortnite dancing on the table on Young. We love Fortnite. We love Fortnite. Like a true Zoomer.
I think one more thing I'll say is that another big step in the whole generational thing is that when, like back in the day, I used to watch. First of all, I used to watch a ton of machinima on YouTube. I don't know if you guys remember what that
I
was.
love the machine.
Yeah.
Like the channel, right, where you
Yeah.
used to watch like some dudes just talk about like random shit and play video games and like that was it. And then that kind of
Glory
like
YouTube.
yeah,
I
and
would
then
say.
that kind of like fell off, and then all of a sudden everybody's watching Twitch streams, and I just never got into that. I was like, I don't have time to like get on like some other person's schedule. I'll just watch the fucking
Yeah.
videos whenever they're up. But then everyone's like, no, like like Twitch is like so cool, like it's so awesome. I was like, is it though? Like I don't have time for this.
That's another thing, man.
I don't know.
Twitch, I never really got into watching streamers like that. I don't know, no disrespect to anybody who does, but I just realized, like,
No,
wow, it really is like a whole different generation. Like, I don't see how people could just watch and follow the streamers and kind of like just be in touch with them so much and watch them for hours on end.
yeah.
It's just the cam girl phenomena.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's part of the equation for sure,
It's
man.
like cam girl with extra steps. Like it doesn't matter if you're a female or a male.
Hey, shout out to
Like streamer.
shout out to a friend we know who has since moved to Texas and has a very successful streaming career, showing his body
Yeah, or
to people on the internet.
Wait.
speaking of which, I'd actually like to make like a tiny little shout out. We're not gonna say anything too identifying, but I mean, all that streamer Mishgift, man, or whatever that guy's name is.
Who?
You know Miskiff.
Uh,
Whoa, my God, we might have to bleep that out.
My
We might have to be. All right, we gotta get to
For
bleep that
real?
out.
Write it down.
He's-
I already
he's
have a bleep list.
But
next
he's
to
our
me.
guy.
He
What
is
are
our
you
guy,
talking
and he
about?
brought it home in front of a lot of viewers.
Wait, did he win the whole thing?
I don't know if he won the whole. I think it's still ongoing or something, but
Okay.
he's making some big plays in the rounds, and I mean he's got eyes on him, you know.
Yeah, I heard. I didn't tune in. I was elsewhere. But yeah. Shit.
Yeah, it's impressive.
So wait, who's this other person you're talking about? Murder? What'd you call him?
Mischief, something like that. He's one of the big names in the
Mudkip?
tournament. I think he might have organized the whole thing. I don't know, but he's a big time streamer who makes like millions of dollars a year. So
Yeah, that's
Don't
also
all the cam girls make $1 million a year?
yes, and this is why my end goal is to become a cam girl.
I gotta respect it. They were like, "Hey, you want to like play video games on the internet and make more money than the people are getting naked on the internet?" Like, do
Oh,
it.
I forget what her name is, but I think Amaranth. Did you guys ever heard of Amaranth?
No, I've not heard a single Twitch.
Yeah, I
streamer.
don't.
Yeah, I
I don't
can't-
really.
I
Okay,
can't
so I
say
know
I
it sounds
don't
like I
have
know a lot of
name
them by name,
recognition.
but I just know a lot of them by just.
You're just a person of the
I'm like-
internet. You're bound to know the name.
Yeah, I've gone a long time without knowing a lot of the Twitch streamers, but I was linked a video of Amaranth. She is a quote unquote. She's just a regular Twitch streamer, Twitch girl, whatever, e-girl, and there is a video of her wearing a pigeon mask, pecking at a mic. And that's just the entire video, just pecking at this mic, making weird noise, throwing her head around and pecking at this mic. And this video has been seen by hundreds of thousands of people. And this is the kind of content that makes her millions of dollars a year. And I realized I really respect that, because if I could put on a pigeon
Yeah, I kinda
mask
do
and I
too.
could poke at a mic and I could print money, I absolutely. And I think it's not just millions of dollars. I think it's millions of dollars a month. I want to say.
Sam, but
Damn.
what you're not seeing behind the scenes is that's backbreaking labor, you know?
Indeed.
Hours and hours of hard work putting on the costume and pecking the mic.
Yeah, it culminates
Making sure
here.
those audio levels. Yeah.
It's
Can I say something very controversial?
All right.
Max, you said a lot of controversial things tonight. We're gonna hit the limit soon, and then we're gonna lose our advertising.
We've already lost our
Indeed.
advertisement. We haven't made a video in like a month.
Well,
We're gonna attract them back, okay?
yes, but
Anyways,
yeah,
here's my hot take. If you can make that much money doing that, I say you gotta fucking do
Oh,
it.
that is absolutely a
Working's for the
perfect-
birds, dude.
That's true.
That's why
That's
she wears
true.
the pigeon mask.
Straight up, I didn't even think about that.
But honestly,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I really respect the grift.
I'm not sure I would go as far as to call it a grift. It's just like, if people are like willing, if the market's there, like holy shit, why
Yeah,
wouldn't you? Like
I
like
will
Max
only
said, fuck
say like
working.
if you're a bad person, I would not respect you. But otherwise, man, if you're making that bread, make that bread. Like more power to you.
Makes
Yeah, I
sense.
bag on camp people a lot, and like no respect to all the people on those cam websites.
Well,
Fucking posting.
do you know why you don't respect any of these people, Max? Because
Oh no, I just bag on them. I respect them.
well, okay, that's fair. I guess
Yeah.
I guess you can respect the fact that they make the money, they bring it home at the end of the day. But, the other side of that is that in order to make all that money, you got to just sell out. Like
You don't
that's
necessarily
uh
have to sell out. It's just
mm,
very much easier if you do sell out. But from what I hear, there are plenty of them that don't necessarily sell out or are just generally good people. Like who was that one guy, Shroud? Uh,
um
PUBG streamer whose like main thing
name
was that he
sounds
was just
familiar.
really good at shooting people in the face. At the time of
Okay.
Okay.
Battle Royale was big, and
Sure.
Okay.
he became popular not off of just being a sellout, but just being a good guy, inoffensive, and just shot people really well.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. So
I,
you like there was an incident. Wow, where a Twitch streamer, I don't know like who she was or what she did, but she ended up
I
endorsing this like suntan lotion or something that was supposed to like absorb UV from your screen and like kill you or something. I don't know. It turned into a whole big thing though, where people were like, "Why is this streamer endorsing this fake suntan lotion?"
Yeah, these people don't go outside. Why are they endorsing again suntan lotion?
Yeah. I don't know the whole story about that, right? But that's like clearly like a sellout thing, right? If you're endorsing scam suntan lotion.
yes, that's true. Correct.
You don't got to be morally bankrupt to be a good streamer. Although I will say it is probably easier to climb the ladder if you are morally bankrupt.
Of course, and there's, certain individuals out there who obviously have no morals and they'll just sell shit, get the views, get the money. I mean, it's.
So you're not referring to anyone in particular, are you?
No, because I simply do not know the names of
Based.
anybody like you do, Sam. You seem to
True.
know a lot of
Yes,
Twitch people and Twitch drama,
I know them all. Amaranth, Shroud,
right?
Tyler
Right,
One.
Ninja.
I forgot about him. What is Ninja doing
How can you
nowadays?
forget
Eh?
Ninja's like the most valuable guy out there. Like
Supposedly.
he's right,
So
supposedly.
for a guy who was like the most popular streamer, I had not heard of him until like a year or two ago.
Well, I
That's because it's
guess
so niche.
yeah.
But
That's also because
he's
as we've discussed,
supposedly
I
like
just don't.
millions of people watch him. So how have I never heard of this guy?
All right, guys, I got another topic we can get
Uh,
into if you're ready to move on from Twitch streaming. Although it's tangentially related to Twitch streaming.
Sure.
Are you
I
ready?
love new topics.
This might be an existential question, so get ready.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about having like stupid niche knowledge about shit like that? Like, 'cause sometimes I'll think about like, wow, I know too much about like this random thing that has no consequence in life at all, but I just happen to know a ton about it. Do you ever like stop and think you're like, why the hell do I know this much? And then you just go right back to indulging in whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
again, there's people out there who like their whole life is dedicated to just like following like Twitch streamer drama. You know what I mean? Some just as mundane as that. I guess mundane's not the right word, but do you see what I'm saying? Or should I
No,
shut my
I see
mouth
exactly
and
what you're thinking,
move
right? So it's
on?
like, all right. So you all know my viewers that I'm taking classes right now,
Mm-hmm.
trying to acquire a degree, and realized while studying one day, it is a lot harder for me to retain this information than it is for me to retain, say, the map layout of what was it, 57th way, 67th way?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
67th way.
67th way. Like, I could tell you the exact layout of the map. I could tell you,
Where every
yeah,
watermelon is.
every watermelon is. the best places to hide. But whew, some of this coding information, man, I don't know. And I realize,
I got a pretty
yeah,
hot take.
we're stockpiling all this unnecessary information, but it's a lot harder to retain the things that we really should be retaining.
That's true.
And then I continue indulging myself anyway.
Well, maybe because
I
the
have
things
a
that you're
hotter
supposed
take.
to know are boring, Sam. Did you ever consider that?
You know what? I don't think I thought about it that way.
Your silly little lizard brain thinks it's more interesting to learn the location of the watermelon minigame than to learn the tax codes for your state.
So here's my hot
Oh,
take on
jeez.
this. I think that everything is secretly boring,
Uh-huh.
but your brain picks what information it needs to literally keep going. So, like, for instance, Sam, for him to keep going, he needs to know where every watermelon is on 67th Way.
What do you mean to
He
keep
doesn't really
going?
necessarily like to keep surviving.
Oh shit! Like in
Your
real
brain
life.
is going to pick what it needs to keep surviving, and knowing where the watermelons are sends that good dopamine, and that good dopamine will just keep them kicking. Now, sitting around fucking typing code doesn't give that good dopamine.
It gives the bad dopamine.
Because half the time you hit run and it doesn't go.
Exactly.
So Sam, it gives you the Nopeamine.
It really
It
does.
gives you the dopamine, and you can't survive off of dopamine. So your brain's only going to pick the shit that you like.
Is there anything like
Max,
that for you, Max?
That's an incredibly insightful answer, actually.
Fucking, I live in a fucking fairy tale land half my life. Like, all the time I'm just fantasizing about stupid shit. Just keeping myself going. Like, I know ungodly amount of stupid facts.
Well, that's what I was referring to. Like, you learn all this shit through your life, and then you're like, wow, it's great that I know that, but like, why am I not a millionaire?
Do you feel like you deserve to be a millionaire?
I think that's an irrelevant question because
Thank you.
ultimately, I don't think it's ethically sound to hoard all the money in the world.
That is a good point.
But that's neither here nor there. I think when you start like focusing too much on that kind of shit and like compromising like what you actually want in life and like what you actually like, then like fuck it, what's the point, man? I mean, hey, really, like you live your life, you die, like that's the end of that. You might as well do things during that time that you want to do.
I think
I
there's
could
certainly a
just be-
balance there.
Of course, there has to be a balance there, just because of the way things are set up in this world. However, yes, I don't know. Sometimes I hate to sound preachy, so I'm gonna stop here. But that's sort of how I feel sometimes, often, a lot.
What's like the useless information, quote unquote useless information that you're hoarding, AJ?
Right. Exactly.
No, like what is it?
Oh, I don't know. Like all the, I don't know, stupid stuff. Like I know way too much about where to shoot tanks in War Thunder to get a critical hit. Like you know what I mean?
yeah.
Stupid stuff like that.
Because your brain needs it to keep
Yeah.
going.
That's true.
But does it though?
I think you're with Mike.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you couldn't remember it. Where are all the football facts that you know, AJ?
Yeah. That's a punishment, Sam, not a blessing. That's cursed knowledge that I've been cursed that I'm forced to endure,
The ancient text.
dude. For real. It's my burden to bear.
Speaking of burden to bear,
Uh-oh.
how about we hit an ad?
Oh, dude, this is perhaps the latest ad I think we've
so.
This is
ever
a
had.
late ad. It's 100% a late
I'll
ad.
have to-
but
I'll
we're
have-
going to. Oh, good.
No, I was gonna say I might have to refer to the ancient texts to see if that's the case. But what do
I
we?
think it is. I
Yeah.
think we usually take an ad at like 30 minutes.
What do you got for us today, Max?
It's an ad talking about how we haven't had an ad in a really long time because we don't make any videos.
All right, roll the clip.
Roll the clip. Ads are always a tricky thing when it comes to an internet podcast. Typically, you have to release episodes, once a week to get ads. But luckily for us, we haven't released an episode in a very long time, and we do not have a single ad read. It doesn't help that one of our key members said some very choice things about the mouse, and now Nobody wants to free Hong Kong, which is real sad. Anyways, get back to the experience. Welcome back to the S.A.M experience. Hopefully everybody had a good pee break.
Indeed.
It was a long one.
Long pee. You guys ever read Game of Thrones?
Yeah, absolutely.
Part of the first book.
I hope we're not
Sam.
gonna be.
We're about to talk about George R.R. Martin's
Max-
best page in all of literature.
I was gonna say, Max, are you about to be a George R.R. Martin apologist?
What's that?
That means, despite his shortcomings, you're gonna say, "Oh, but guys, he's working on the next book. It'll come out any day now."
I don't care if he releases another book. I
Oh.
think it's perfect to end on book 5.
You mean where Daenerys is literally shitting herself to death in a field?
Yeah, I think that's like a fucking perfect way to end it.
And
Because they ended it on a Jon Snow chapter, and it was like perfect.
Okay,
It was like perfect.
Like,
Like both of them are perfect. Like
that is not the take I was expecting, but there you go.
yeah, I think it's really good to end stuff like thinking about what's gonna happen next. That's just my personal opinion.
So you like cliffhangers,
think-
is what you're saying?
Oh, I love cliffhangers.
This might be the most radical opinion you've expressed tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty radical. But this isn't the most radical. Out of all the books, the best piece of literature George R.R. Martin writes is there's a chapter where Tyrion talks about taking a wicked piss. And it is iconic.
I'm
It
trying.
is the best page in of all of literature. No one has ever written a better section ever.
Okay, let me ask you something because I haven't read the books in a couple of years, but I'm trying to think when this might have taken place. Was it?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, spoiler alert! Coming up, boys. Is it when he's off in Essos and he's on the boat
No.
on the river? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
He's it's after, I think it's the Battle of Blackwater,
Okay, where all the ships
it's
blow
called.
up. Yeah.
and they're knighting people, and he gets fucking drunk as a skunk, and he goes to this knighting ceremony, and he's sitting in the knighting ceremony for like an hour, and he is just thinking about how he's got to piss, and then he leaves the knighting ceremony, and then he just pisses, and he talks about how great the piss is.
You know, for as mad as I get that the next book
Uh-huh.
will never come out, the first 5 books are still some of the best things I've ever read. They are so good. I love how George writes. Just like,
Hot take.
go ahead, Max.
Doesn't hold a candle to wild cards.
Oh my God, he's shilling
guy.
again.
Shilling.
That's
Shilling
understandable.
for George's other piece of work.
I'll read it eventually. I need to
Dude,
get
his
into it.
character is like the fucking cool. All of his characters are the coolest characters in those books. Because he writes certain chapters, and all of them are super dope. Just fucking iconic. The great and powerful turtle. Shout out to him. Anyways, off of the piss bit about George R.R. Martin. What's new with you guys?
Halo, but we already talked about Halo, so let's talk about something else.
I just feel free.
Oh,
Finally
shit.
out
You're on-
from under the specter of finals.
Oh, it's
Coming
done.
How long are
into-
you out for?
I don't actually know, and I'd figured I would just put off finding out until the weekend.
That's a solid move. Did you just finish finals?
Yes, like my last final was today.
I would think that you would have Alf until New Year.
I think till like earlier mid-January probably.
I got to give a shout out to my man Sam here because I did the same exact thing whenever I finished finals. I would straight up go like incognito with school. I wouldn't look at my grades. I wouldn't look at the schedule. I wouldn't look at when I was coming back to school. I said I need at least a week before I think about this shit again. It's just not gonna happen. Forget about it. Emails, not looking at 'em.
Yep.
Damn, I went like a completely different route. Like all my shit was hella tactical. Like I knew when every day was gonna pop, when every deadline was gonna pop. I knew I didn't even know the dates anymore. I just knew it by the week. Like if we were on week 10, I knew what things needed to be out. the door.
I'm talking about after finals though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
After finals, I knew I had blank weeks
Oh wow.
until the next thing started. I knew I needed to do this by week, whatever.
Huh.
All scheduled out.
No, for me, it's like I know there's a number of things I need to accomplish over the break, but I will begin planning that at another date. That is not my problem right now.
Do you guys still have fucking stress dreams
Stress
Dude,
free.
about school? I guess Sam probably still does because he's still in them.
So I rarely dream, honestly. Although there's been like 2 or 3 times I've had a dream, and I guess like 2 of them would count as stress dreams.
Damn, you barely dream.
Yeah.
Bro, that's so funny that you bring that up because I had a very distressing dream, like maybe on Monday or Tuesday, and I could tell you it's absolutely a stress dream. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I went back to work after
Oh.
having like the past like 2 months off. I finally went back to work, and that's 100% what happened. And I woke up and like I just felt so like I felt like I got hit by like a truck first of all, and I can't remember anything about it now because that's typically how dreams go. But yeah, it was definitely a stress dream.
Damn, you
So-
guys forget your dreams too.
I usually remember them. Actually, well, usually remember parts of them, not all of them though.
I think I might have mentioned this. I used to have a dream journal actually because I had a friend of mine, actually a guy I lived with sophomore year. He was into lucid dreaming. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah, it's where you play that Juice World song.
Yeah, it's the same concept. So, yeah, he was real into it. He always told me he got it to work. I was pretty skeptical though. I'm not sure if he ever was into it or he was just like bullshitting people to impress them because that was like his whole shtick. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I don't mean to rag on this guy, but if LP's listening to this, she'll know who I'm talking about.
Shout out to LP.
Anyway, so he talked me into having a dream journal because apparently that's like a good way to, get into it.
Mhm.
And I had it for like a couple months, and it actually like was pretty cool because I'd go back and like look through some of the stuff, and I can actually remember some of the stuff I wrote down in it to this day. But somebody, I guess, like my room got raided by like all my friends when there was like a birthday party or something, and they found it, and I just got like endlessly mocked for it, so I just stopped.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's rough,
You don't
man.
read
and I
somebody
never got
else's
back
journal.
into it. But I think it was actually a pretty cool thing, and I highly recommend if you guys are trying to get into it, that's something you could do.
All mine would just be like fucking perpetual suffering.
Yeah, but like how I think it's hard to describe. Like, is it like, oh, like I need to run somewhere and I can't run type of suffering? Like I need to scream but I can't scream type of suffering? Like, what are you talking about?
I can recite basically the whole dream.
Max,
The whole dream is I'm like taking college level courses. I have this dream like maybe once every 2-3 days. I'm taking college courses, but it's back in my middle school. And I'm like walking around my middle school and like I'm going to like college level lectures, but I still have to like it goes on for like a couple weeks in the dream. Like I think it's like constant, like I'm going to classes, all this stuff, and there's this big English project that I just keep on like saying I'll do it over the weekend, and I come back Monday and I forget that I even had the project in the first place over the weekend because I was just fucking around doing God knows what. And then it goes on, and I spend like 3 or 4 weeks in this dream, and then I wake up like fucking nervous because I have to turn this English project in, and I haven't been in school for like 2 years.
holy shit,
Yep.
dude! I can't even like. It's funny because like the structure of your dream sounds kind of like similar to like dreams I've had where like there's something like I need to do.
Yeah.
And I could just like and for some reason like either like I keep forgetting like the second I remember to do it or like something like that prevents me from doing it. I don't know.
Have you guys ever read Spider-Man, like the comic books?
Can't say I have.
A little bit.
So like in the newer ones, there's an arc where Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus switch bodies. And like while Peter Parker, who is Dr. Octopus, is trying to get his body back from Dr. Octavia, who is in Spider-Man's body, fucking Spider-Man dies. Dr. Octopus version of Spider-Man dies, leaving like fucking Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man's body to like survive and become the new Spider-Man.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like really fucking crazy. Anyways, I don't know if they ever revert back to like Peter Parker as Spider-Man and not Dr. Octavio as Spider-Man, but that's how my dreams feel. I feel like Sam has taken over my body, and like in the dream he's just like fucking around playing video games, and I'm like a lost soul screaming at him to tell him to do my fucking work, but he
Oh,
just
no.
refuses.
What do you think it means, Max?
It's just like constant stress just weighs on your brain to the point of where when you're in that sleeping state, you're just like recalling on that fear of stress, and it just keeps on looping and looping and looping. Because like when I would forget like a homework assignment, like, and I knew it was coming up, I would like basically just shit my pants in class. Like the stress was just so much that like my feeble little brain couldn't handle it. I think it's probably because I have like maybe OCD or something, that like shit's got to get done, or I like fucking freak out.
Let me ask you. Well, I guess this is a question for both of you, and this goes back to the whole lucid dreaming thing because, my friend used to talk about it all the time. But, have you ever become aware of the fact that you were dreaming while you were in a dream?
Very rarely.
It has never happened for me. Every time I'm in the dream, I'm always somehow convinced subconsciously that it's real, even though it's ridiculous. Like teleporting
Yeah.
places. I'm like meeting people that I haven't seen like in years, like that I don't talk to, that are like appearing in my, and like I'm in very ridiculous situations where like I would never be, but like somehow I never can convince myself that it's not real. So I guess I just go along with it. I don't know.
Dude, I always think my dreams are real.
While you're in them.
Oh, while I'm in them, 100%. I have this recurring dream that I'm in this barrel filled with water, and there's an anaconda in the barrel with me.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's like every couple weeks I have this one. Not as common as the English paper one, but I have the barrel anaconda dream a lot.
I think.
And every time I wake up, I think I'm like being constricted by the anaconda, so I just toss my blankets across the room like I'm a fucking discus Olympian. And it takes me like a couple minutes, and I like get out of like my sweaty state because I sweat a lot when I sleep. And I get up and I realize that it's just a dream.
I think one of the earlier episodes, like way earlier episodes, you talked about your weird sleep situation.
Did I talk about the pit?
Max, you have not talked about the pit.
So like I have this real nasty habit of never moving while I sleep. So like I pick one spot in the bed, and that is my spot. I don't sleep anywhere besides that spot.
Okay.
And I literally wear pits into a bed because I literally, it's like a fresh mattress all the way around the spot.
Oh, and
because I only sleep in one spot.
Because your body is only in that.
Yeah, I'm only in that spot, and I'm a heavy motherfucker.
Oh,
so
jeez.
I just way down in this fucking pit.
I feel like that's probably not that weird. I feel like that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah, but you're supposed to, like, as soon as you start developing a pit, you're supposed to get a new mattress.
Huh.
Yeah, because like that shit's bad for your back.
Well, I'd imagine. It's like you're sleeping in a hammock almost.
Yeah, I actually thought about starting to sleep on the floor because I knew that couldn't like make a pit. Or I'm a cheap fuck and I didn't want to buy a mattress.
Well, I was gonna
but
say,
then I bought a mattress.
Did you get a really firm mattress?
I did a quiz on the internet. That picked my mattress out for me.
And how'd that go?
And I actually, one of my biggest regrets with this mattress purchase is I didn't spend more money on the more expensive mattress.
Oh.
I think the mattress I have now is awesome.
Oh, that's good. But it could have been better.
I wish I would have spent an extra $300 to get whatever the mattress plus was.
Oh shit! What's a mattress plus? What does that give you?
I don't know. It was like the same mattress that I bought, but it was just a plus version. I think it was for like a higher weight class too, which would have probably been better. But what are you gonna do?
The more you know.
Being a big boy sucks. You gotta buy chairs that like don't exceed your weight limit. It's big sad. They don't tell you that when you get yoked. They don't tell you that shit fucking you're gonna weigh more than half the equipment that you're allowed to use.
Damn.
Like I was looking at electronic bicycles and like half of them I can't use because they're like 180 pounds is like the max weight limit. It's like shit, why the fuck would I even buy something like this?
Also, 180 seems kind of low. I feel like half the.
It really does.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of Americans would not meet that requirement.
Yeah, but a lot of Americans that weigh more than 180 probably aren't using a bicycle at all.
I don't think 180 is too much. Like,
Yeah, it depends on your height too.
oh, that's a good point. It's all relative,
Like
right?
if you're like 180 and you're like 6'2", you're just like, yeah, that's like nothing. Because like half that's probably your fucking bones.
I always think about my friend Andrew, who is like you, Max. He's, strong boy, yoked out of his mind, etc., etc. He's like many inches shorter than me,
Mm-hmm.
but we weigh the same
Oh yeah.
because, I'm just like tall-ish.
I think it's like every couple inches adds like 7 pounds to your bones or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah,
That's
sounds
understandable.
believable. Yeah.
Yeah, because the taller you get, just the more your body needs to compensate. And I think the taller you are, the shorter you live too. Because we're just not
Ouch.
designed to be as tall as we get.
Damn.
Yeah, it does put extra
Pouring
stress
out
on
for
your.
AJ.
I think it puts passive stress on your heart for real.
Yeah. And it's just gravity's constantly like pulling you down too. Your body has to work harder to compensate. And your body also has to be like denser to support itself. Which
Yeah.
complicates gravity issue even more.
It'd be like that, man.
I'm trying to look up like if my fact was right or not, and there's a cubic bone volume to pounds conversion. Somebody's doing this conversion often that they have to have an automatic calculator for it.
Sure, of course.
Why?
Yeah, that's
Oh, here we go. The average human skeleton is about 14% of the total body weight. Therefore, an average American male has over 20 pounds, 20 weights,
20 weights.
20 pounds per 200. Oh, fuck, that's horrible to say. Therefore, if the average American weighs over 20 weights, 20 pounds. This is just a horrible article. I'm just going to stop reading.
You know what? We'll get our research team on that. We'll get that
Okay,
one.
so if you weigh 200 pounds, they estimate that it's like 27.5 pounds of that is
Bone. Interesting.
If you're a male. Apparently it's different.
Yeah, there's slight differences with the way the human body works.
Yeah. Dude, shout out to Bones.
Shout out to Bones, dude.
Do you guys drink milk?
Occasionally. Sucks being lactose intolerant.
Oh, that's right.
Um,
Lactose boys.
I have cereal though, like pretty often. I love cereal.
Fucking shout out to cereal.
Had some chocolate milk the other day too.
Chalky milk.
And I guess
Sam, you drink milk?
Do I drink milk? I try to avoid it.
Damn.
you get the tummy aches.
Yeah.
It's rough.
I realized it because I really liked yogurt. I think I developed like a slight lactose intolerant recently.
Dude,
Because after I eat like a little bit more than one thing of yogurt, one like cup of yogurt, bro, it comes back to me every time.
yogurt's so good though. I had a
Yogurt is
huge
fucking good.
yogurt phase in college, but it kind of like preceded my lactose intolerance, and then it got to the point where like I couldn't even look at it because I'd get so sick after I ate it.
Did I ever tell you guys about the girl that stopped seeing me because I drank milk?
Max, what?
What?
At my school, there was like a big like uprising against the milk drinkers Cause like I'm a bodybuilder, so like I'm gonna be drinking fucking milk and whey protein all the time.
Free gains.
Yeah, free gains. But she was very anti-milk. She was like, you stopped drinking milk when you were a child, like when you stopped breastfeeding. So why are you drinking some other animal's milk?
That's the hill she chose to die on.
And you know what I said? I said, because that shit's delicious.
Oh, that's the wrong answer, Max.
Yeah, that was 100% the wrong answer. She probably was the hottest girl that was willing to go out with me, I think.
But she had a crusade against milk.
She had a crusade
Yeah.
against milk, and it just wouldn't work.
I think you might have dodged a bullet there, man. I'm gonna say it. Radical.
Yeah,
Bro,
probably.
imagine trying to make your ice cream nowadays, Max, and she's standing over your shoulder just saying, like, how could you do this?
Dude, that's the weird part. Was she was like totally for every dairy product besides milk.
What?
Yeah, she, like-
what?
Yeah, like she went to like the school's creamery all the time.
So I guess what was she then? Like a milk purist, like a milk
Yeah,
liquid
she-
purist, like a
She was like a dairy hater.
But
Well, not a dairy hater. She was like a
so she had
anti-milk.
So she had absolutely no ground to stand on. Her argument is completely voided because she drinks fucking. I mean, she eats a fucking
Well,
ice cream.
She just places a lot of value on the sanctity of breast milk, I guess, and then every other milk other than that should be shunned.
But she like her
Oh my
major
God.
argument was like children stop drinking breast milk very young. So why are you drinking somebody else's breast
But Max,
milk?
it's not like you're drinking fucking human breast
The
milk.
best part was she said this to me with a mouthful of like fucking cheese. Because we were eating like off-brand Chipotle at the time.
Bro, and oh my god, dude,
Max,
it's just milk that's processed in a different way. Oh my god.
It was epic.
Max, I have to say, man, it is impressive. I don't even know the net that you cast and what it manages to pull up.
Well, it's because I have very, very low standards.
I don't know about that, man.
Listen,
Dude, I kind of like, I think I have low standards and willing to go out. Like, I have like a very yes personality. Like, I'll go out with girls that are willing to go out with me.
I think you're just trying to sample the world.
Yeah, that's pretty much true.
well, you gotta figure out what works and what doesn't for you.
Yeah,
You know.
most of it doesn't work.
And you know what, Max? The only way you're gonna figure out what does work is by trying.
Yeah, I stopped trying for, I'm almost going to go on 2 years now.
Well, I guess congrats for
Hell yeah.
that.
We're red pilled now. We're like Morpheus.
Oh my.
I just okay.
I don't know any of these references. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, which is
Shitting
why I'm
them out.
so shocked that you keep going back to it.
I just know red pilled is tied to the like incels on the internet.
Okay, so you do know what you're saying, but you continue to say it anyway.
Yeah. I think it's. I just want to get a rise out of people.
Max, I never change.
We're gonna go back to Joker posting, but in fucking Dark Knight, what does he say? I'm just a fucking dog chasing cars.
Max,
I don't know
Do you
what
have-
it would do if you turned around.
Max, do you have anything you want to say about society?
I honestly think that it was a horrible movie.
Oh
Max,
yeah,
all right, hold on. Now you're just posting cringe.
The Joker movie?
Wait, are you talking about Dark Knight?
no.
No, I like Dark
Okay,
Knight.
because Dark Knight's just good. Like you really can't make many arguments.
Yeah, it's just
against
a
it.
good movie.
It's just a good movie.
You don't even need to see any of the other Batman movies
Oh,
to like that movie.
Oh, exactly. Like the one before and the one before after it are like, all right, like they're Batman, but that's really the best one.
Yeah. But I mean, no, it's no Michael Keaton Batman.
Damn, throwback.
Shout out to Michael Keaton.
Man, he's a real one.
He's a fucking real one. No, but I hated the Joker movie, and I feel like we talk about this every episode.
We do.
Just my
We do.
deep hatred for the Joker movie.
Yeah, we literally do.
There's two variables in the SAM experience that we always go back to, and it's school and the Joker movie, and we hit both of them.
Yeah.
So?
And the Matrix apparently.
Man, I think
Shout out to the Matrix.
Pills
Sure.
might be making continual appearance from now on.
Yeah, dude, we're about to go John Morpheus in this bitch.
Morpheus pilled.
Morpheus pilled. Anyways, boys, what did we learn today?
Ooh, doggy.
Well, I guess I will kick us off. I learned a lot about Max's pardon me, crippling gambling addiction.
There we go.
Get some
I
help.
like the correction.
Get some help, Max.
I know. I'm calling the number right now.
Oh, I learned today that the life of Pablo was based off of Max's experiences in college.
Today I learned that you can buy pineapple nuts in Halo. Thank you. Have a good night. Shout out to pineapple nuts.